Starting now.
Now recording. He said, immediately realizing that his thing was not recording.
Oops.
He's full of lies.
Yes, it is.
Check. Okay,
Oh,
cool.
cool.
I am recording.
Oh, snap.
Oh.
God bless.
Okay. Cold.
That was muted there. There we go. Of the three things that need my audio, two of them were receiving it and one wasn't. I did that double check. Hey guys, welcome back to New Cammack. Last time, Augustine, Darby, and Excavo, in her alternate personality called Ovacxe, all returned to the downtown headquarters of Timeshare Condos Unlimited.
Timeshare Condos Unlimited.
We should do like a commercial for them. Like
that'd be fun.
With some voiceover that's like cheerful but also vaguely sinister. They were trying to rescue their bear cub named Paddington, their pet squirrel named Squeakums, and Darby's personal effects, which were discarded when he dressed up as a TCU Guard. Upon arrival, Darby used his 3-foot-long tongue, imbued with strange magic from diablerizing the Horseman Death, to brutally dismember one of the huge, monstrous guards on Charlie Team. Now, Augustine shares the TCU basement parking garage with the last remaining member of Charlie Team, who is grievously wounded by attacks by Augustine and Darby. Augustine has collected the team's pets and elected to ignore a wooden structure built into the corner of the basement where it sounds like the 3 missing Catholic hunters are being held prisoner. Strangely, the sound of people praying quietly in this small padlocked room stopped abruptly when Augustine tried to speak to its occupants, and he got no reply to his questions except several loud knocks against the inside of the door. Walking away, Augustine assumed out loud that any innocent prisoners within would be fine and perhaps will be rescued later. Witnessing more masquerade-breaching violence in this parking garage, Ovacxe obfuscated herself and sneaked up to the surveillance room on the 3rd floor to once again erase the incriminating security camera footage. There, she was surprised to find Kurt, the TCU guard known as Alpha 1, who appears to have the most seniority. Ovacxe was able to duck behind a door, re-obfuscate, and skedaddle. But a very confused Kurt believed the door just opened on its own. In the lobby, Darby convincingly introduced himself to Bravo 6 as the newest member of Bravo Team, who just arrived for his first shift. Bravo 6 gave him a rundown on the violence that Darby himself had committed earlier, and revealed that the team of TCU guards is aware of vampires, whom he referred to with the code word Minutemen, and that they have been, in fact, trained specifically to expect vampires to one day attack the company. Kurt summoned the two of them, Darby and Bravo 6, up to the 3rd floor surveillance room to help investigate the mysterious self-opening door. There, Kurt appeared to immediately clock Darby as an imposter and is about to say something into his radio. Darby is in a 3rd floor hallway with Alpha 1 and Bravo 6. Excavo is in the 3rd floor lobby waiting for an elevator door to open so she can just get the fuck out of the building. Augustine is in the basement parking garage on his way out, and we are about to do a degeneration roll for Darby. That is
I'm actually with Augustine. I'm in the basement with Augustine right now.
Oh, you already...
Yes.
Yeah, she snuck by us and is going down the stairs.
Okay, I was going to say used decay to rot Charlie 3's knees,
Yes.
yelling to increase the green path's powers.
Okay. If you want to say you ignore anything that you might hear waiting for the elevator and just go straight down, you do exactly
Yeah.
that. Nothing interferes with that. But for the dude Darby killed in the last session, we're going to need a conscience roll difficulty 8, which we skipped over last time. And it's going to be...
Are you sure we didn't?
I am, in fact, sure. I wrote it down immediately after the last session ended. So
Who did I kill? Who did I kill?
The guy
killed
with
someone?
skull and
Yes, you did.
spine you licked out of his body.
Wait,
Wait,
that
you licked
was
out
like
of
an
his body?
abomination. It was like, do I even know that thing is human? It was like a literal monster. It was a literal monster trying to kill me, and I'm having like a crisis of consciousness about this. It's barely humanoid.
At Humanity 5, yes. At a lower Humanity, maybe no. That's what determines what counts as a sin or not.
Is it murder if it's a monster?
I think at your Humanity level, massive property destruction even counts as like a sin worthy of a degeneration roll. So if your Humanity goes down, this will just be less of an issue. You won't get these rolls as often. You can keep doing the thing you're doing.
And just keep sinning.
So I roll my conscience dice.
Yes, that's I see 3 dice for you. You'll get this. You have good luck.
Can you spend willpower for a success on this or no?
I don't think. No. It'd be great if you could, but no.
It's like you try really hard to feel bad.
I'll give you this. If you spend, well, we'll see if you succeed. What was that?
I don't.
You don't. I'll say if you are trying really hard to feel bad about hurting this person that you were just saying out loud didn't even count as a human.
It was not. He was an honest
my
monster.
gosh.
You know what? This is bullshit. I'm taking the loss. This is dumb. It's under protest. I'm down to 4 humanity. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I was going to offer you if you were wanting to will yourself to feel guilty. I don't think it makes any sense to spend a temporary willpower point, but a permanent one.
No, fuck off. Fuck off with that. Also,
just giving you
I'm
options.
telling you that I don't feel guilty. And Darby doesn't either. It was a fucking monster and it deserved to die.
It was a monster that deserved to die tonight. What about tomorrow night? Just someone who looks at you crossways.
Well, tell me. I'm Humanity 4 now, so can I kill monsters? You tell me. Like, is that going to trigger? Am I allowed? I feel like I'm like, this is my derangement, right? I'm morally justified in all of this shit that I'm doing. So I am extremely confident that I am doing right. And so I would like to know if next time I see a vicissituted out like fucking Superman, am I going to feel bad for murking it?
I think I have that written down. No, I don't. Hang on. I could try to give you a quick answer to that. Because I wrote that the fuck down. Because I knew this would happen. All right. Hierarchy of sins. What does Humanity 4 say? Oh, I gotta look it up in the PDF. This is gonna be a slight delay. Hierarchy of sin. I'm pretty sure ending a life. I think you have to get down to maybe Humanity 3 or.
I know it's a person. Like, Darby's a dumbass. Like, I don't know. Like, it's an honest to God,
You know, that might be
freak
a
of
stronger
nature.
argument that like he's too dumb to know how horrible the things that he's doing are.
Yeah, he definitely does not think he killed a fully functional, sentient human being. He certainly doesn't feel bad about it.
I'm weirdly not finding it, figuring out where it is in the 20th anniversary edition rulebook. So I might need to get back with you about that, but it's a fair question. Hang on. I don't want to delay this too much, but Degeneration, page 309, and there it is. Okay. So once you get down to humanity level 3, you don't need a roll for manslaughter for impassioned violations. If you're in frenzy, or if there's some sort of self-defense argument for it. But you have to get down to 3 for that if you're killing somebody.
For human beings, sure. But what about subhuman monsters? They do not appear human.
That's kind of part of it. That's part of the slippery slope of like once you start coming up with justifications.
There are very few monstrous creatures that I'm going to come into contact with.
True.
I think that all people, I hear you, degeneration all day long at level 4 if I'm killing human beings. But if I am killing things that do not look objectively human, that are bigger, scarier, fucking huge monsters,
well, just to put it all into perspective, the last person that Darby killed was essentially just a tall, heavy-set dude with a weird bone structure, which if that meets the criteria for
they're not human. I don't understand. You know what? I guess we're just going to have to agree to disagree. You're the storyteller.
Okay. All right. So we got Excavo in the basement. Darby, you were saying that you were wanting to burn for celerity and start whooping ass before anyone else could do anything. Is that still the case?
I think my declaration of purpose was to stop Kurt from phoning in any backup. So, yeah, I mean, I think I'm going in.
Okay, so you got a Bravo team guy on one side of you, Kurt on the other side, and he's just going for his radio. Go ahead and roll for initiative for me, if you would.
Remind me of the formula.
Roll 1d10 and then add your dexterity plus wits. And I'm gonna say your celerity can add to the dexterity.
Do I get those dots as just a modifier to the D10?
Oh no, you just roll one die, but then you add how much dexterity you have, and how much wits you have, and how much celerity you have. And then you total those up.
I have done that. 14. Rolled a 5 plus 9.
All right, so All right, so the order that we have here. Alpha 1, Kurt rolled highest, and then you, and then Bravo 6. Bravo 6 is just drawing a wooden stake from a pocket in. He has like a calf pocket in his pants, and he's trying to reach down and just draw it, but it doesn't look like he's trying to attack yet. You got an indication from Kurt that he's going for his radio, but what do you declare?
I'm trying to split my action, and I'm trying to disarm them both. I'm trying to disarm Kurt of his walkie-talkie and maintain a grapple on his hand, and the same for Bravo 6.
That's kind of a cool move. Quicker! All right, so go ahead and give me a dexterity plus. If you're trying to disarm someone, would that be melee? I think it might be. Yeah, give me a dexterity plus melee roll, difficulty 7. And you're going to get that stake out of his hand if you exceed his strength, which is 3.
I would like to burn a temporary willpower point to raise my dexterity for the remainder of the scene.
I don't think you can do that with willpower. You can burn blood.
Is it blood? Blood.
And you could burn willpower just to get an automatic success too. But also, so it's going to be dexterity plus melee, and you're going to be splitting that dice pool. So you figure out how much you're going to allocate.
Well, no, I burn for celerity, so
okay.
I get my full dice pool for both actions, but I don't get celerity as a dex bonus.
So the first thing you're doing, you're going after the stake?
He's closer, so sure, that makes sense.
I'm going to say they're equidistant for what it's worth.
No successes.
1, 2. Okay.
But wait, I guess I didn't declare it, so I don't get an automatic success.
Did you intend to? You tried to declare it. If you want to, I'll let you fudge it. If you want to spend temporary willpower to get an automatic success, you can do that.
Well, I fucked up on both things. I didn't do either thing I said. I didn't add to my dex score, even though I took a blood off my character sheet, and I didn't I didn't get an automatic success, despite taking a willpower off my character sheet. So
well, you'll be able to do that in the next turn.
Yes. So let me roll one more dice.
Okay. So you're burning 1 for celerity and 1 for upping your dex.
That's right. And it could turn me into botch territory. It did nothing. Okay. All right. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna fail at this. And I'll on to the walkie-talkie.
All right, so with one hand you reach out and you try and swipe at the wooden stake that that Bravo 6 is pulling out, and because your attention is split in two directions, you don't quite make it. And give me a dexterity plus. I'm gonna say this can happen simultaneously. While Kurt is trying to talk into his walkie-talkie, you try and grab it. Give me a dexterity plus melee roll for that.
Difficulty 7 again.
For disarms, it's +1. Hey, 1, 2, 3 successes. All right, so your intention was to, I think you said like smack it out of their hand and keep a hold of.
I want to keep. Yeah, I'm imagining him like shaking his hand, so he is forced to drop the walkie-talkie, like grabbing him on the wrist and shaking his hand and keeping hold of his hand.
Okay, you do that. Into the round, let's go down to the basement. The elevator doors open up. Ovacxe steps out and sees Augustin roughly approaching her with a writhing member of Charlie Team rolling around on the floor, holding his dissolved knees. And in the background, the far end of the basement garage, she hears a thump against the inside of this weird shed thing that's in the corner.
Okay. My usual at this point, having been with this crew for however long, is to not get in Augustin's way because he's dangerous. I've seen him use the green path one too many times in such a fashion. So I want to better understand who the heck is locked up. I go over there, and
as you start approaching this,
yes,
you start hearing. You're like your senses are turned up. You're trying to ascertain stuff from a distance, and you start hearing this light, like cracking sound. That sounds like glass cracking a little bit.
Oh no. As I approach this area, I hear
as
this.
you walk at all, it sounds like it's under your feet, like you're walking on glass that is on the verge of shattering.
Okay, I look down at my feet. I assume it just looks like the floor.
It does, but give me a perception plus awareness roll, difficulty 5.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Got some real Malkavian shit happening here.
Perception and awareness for Ovacxe.
That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6? I trust that.
And as always, you can roll, or you can spend temporary willpower to get an automatic success. Yeah, I see plenty of.
That's pretty good.
Plenty of successes.
Pretty good. Okay.
So, with your Malkavian kitty,
babies, there are 2 of them. I seen them.
There are.
Oh, okay.
This is
Boy.
that camera. That's a loaf.
Bo.
The orange boy. Oh. Yeah. So
with your normal senses, you're walking on the concrete floor. Everything's normal. With your Malkavian senses, you can tell that you are actually walking on a very thin...
Walking on broken glass.
Yeah, that's how we should narrate every scene. Suddenly, your foot falls through the floor as it shatters into 1,000 mirror shards. The floor, not your foot. You fall down and you land on grass, which you find immediately comforting. And you see that you've kicked over an anthill. You look inside it, and you see 4 ants crawling around you see 3 other ants that look dead, and one of them has a tiny leaf growing out of it. You see 4 big fat ants, 3 of whom are dead, and the 4th is barely twitching. It doesn't look like it can walk. And you see a lump of moving dirt, and it looks like another big ant or some sort of like little burrowing creature is like kind of stuck in the dirt from the anthill that you kicked over.
Hold on.
So you don't see Augustine anymore. You don't see anyone else. You've fallen through the floor, and now you're apparently outside at night in grass. You just knocked over an anthill. You see these weird ants squirming around in the.
You say they're big. How big?
4 of the ants that you see are just like twice the size of the other ants. The other ones are ant-sized.
Like, would you say monstrous? Like, would one other ant feel bad for killing this giant?
Oh, no. I mean,
ant?
the ants are kind of tall, so they don't matter, like, morally speaking.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, my God.
We're seeing eye to compound eye. Do ants have compound eyes? Let's not get into it. So what does Ovacxe do?
So, do I recognize, like, the area I'm in? Like, I look around, like, the scene? Like, I know there's grass, but am I just, like, in a park that I've seen?
You are in the default, I think, Windows 95 wallpaper.
No!
Just rolling hills of grass. That's what your hacker mind, Excavo's hacker mind, bleeds over into Ovacxe, and that's the scene that you've been placed into.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Do you do anything, or are you ready for the next beat in this oracular vision?
1 second.
Very curious what she's looking up. How to talk to ants.
How to talk to ants. I mean, I don't think I can talk to ants. Can I, like, sense kind of how they feel with my aura senses?
You can. So just using normal perception, you see that the ones that are still crawling around are crawling around in a not relaxed manner. They're acting exactly as you would expect a bunch of ants who just had their anthill kicked over.
Sure. They're scared of me. I've destroyed their home.
They don't seem super aware of you, but they're aware that there's chaos and they're scared and they look ready to bite or run away or do whatever they need to defend the hill.
Okay. So there are no buildings, there's nothing. I look up, do I see where I just fell from?
Well, you look up and to your horror, no, there's nothing above you. To your horror, when you look up a little ways up the hill, you see a second, much larger anthill further up, resembling those towering termite mounds. You know, the ones that are like taller than people? And this anthill is squirming with the activity of many, many more ants.
I want to be in the opposite direction of that horror show.
Okay. It looks like it's minding its own business, and it's not like coming after you or anything. And you have not kicked over that one.
Yeah. So with my aura senses, can I perceive like what the ants are trying to do? I'm trying to see how close I can get to talking to animals.
Sure. So you try to use aura perception, and when you use it on the little anthill, you see that those ants are distressed, they're scared, they're angry, they're ready for a fight. When you look at the big anthill, you see that it is full of life. It is full of activity.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not... you don't get the same emotional vibes from it, but you get the vibes that like all of the ants inside are doing their little ant jobs. They're maintaining the anthill. They're at the ready is, I think, the best way to sum up the vibe that you get from them. Like not relaxed, but also not freaked out by anything, but just doing their ant duties in there.
So then the larger anthill, are those ants the same size?
You have not yet knocked over that anthill, so you don't really know what it looks like inside.
So there aren't any on the outside; they're all inside. Okay.
You see a couple like kind of poke out
Yeah.
around
Yeah.
the upper lip of it, and yeah, they're
bigger.
Essentially, they're the same ants as the ones in
Oh.
the small anthill.
Oh. Okay. I guess I think it's safe to walk over there. I don't know. This is a weird situation.
You walk
I am in a
over
screensaver.
I didn't realize you set your background to it. It sets the scene. Yeah, you walk over and you feel the vibrations of a bunch of ants squirming around in there. Other than that, it's minding its own business, and it hasn't like noticed you or anything.
I don't disturb it. I just kind of keep figuring out how the hell do I get back to where I was.
You feel the ground under your feet start to feel a little crunchy, like when you're walking over grass in certain nights in the winter when there's like a shell of frost over it, and you feel like if you walked a little too hard on it, you might just fall through the ground, perhaps back to where you started.
Oh, okay. I don't want to just jump down. I want to just want to kick one foot kind of through, but I don't want to fall in. I want to kick a hole and like look.
You kick a small hole into the ground and it rapidly expands, and you fall violently back into the parking garage. Augustine, you see Ovacxe.
Yeah, what does that look like?
You see Ovacxe kind of lost in thought and looking around and kind of staring at something that you can't see. And then after a few moments, in which if you're trying to talk to her, it doesn't seem like she can hear you, you see her just fall face first, face plant right onto the floor of the parking garage. And then
So,
she
like,
kind of comes to...
was standing upright and just like plank.
Whatever
just
the
plank
funniest vision you have in your head is, that is exactly how it looked.
I was here,
Augustine.
and then, oh,
Nice.
huh, okay. Now wait, out of the 3 ants that I saw dead, was the one with the grass on it alive or dead?
You saw a leg twitch a little bit on that one.
Okay. Huh. All right.
Does Andy's camera look frozen for anyone else?
Yep, for me.
Andy!
Could you check and see if Andy himself is frozen and blurry up there?
Andy, you're frozen!
And blurry.
Restart your camera!
I'm going to give him a minute and myself a minute too.
Gotta digest what just happened. That character.
The other thing that Graham has not really emphasized here is that it's like late in the night, and we gotta like get out of here and get home. Stat.
Right. This is like the entire time we've been going to TCU and out and back in. That's all been the same night.
Yeah, and look, this whole thing, we've been pretty much in turn-based mode the whole time we've been back in here, so we have not been here for very long.
Yeah.
But like there is urgency. Darby definitely like did not want to get into a fight up here and wants to be out of this fight as soon as possible. So maybe just gonna be breaking the masquerade again.
Just a normal night. It is 5:30 a.m. and sunrise is at 6:42 a.m. on Saturday, May 3rd, 2020.
Thank
Just
God.
giving you a quick heads up. Our internet just dropped, so I'm in the middle of rebooting the router. I popped on my phone to
Oh,
give you guys a quick skinny.
Cool. Well, we can go back up to the 3rd floor and do the next round of Darby's shenanigans, which is what
Great.
I've entitled this in my notes. Titled, not entitled. Or could he say either? Entitled doesn't sound right. All right, next round.
I think you could say either.
So Bravo 6 is absolutely trying to stake you. What action do you declare?
So I'm trying to swing Kurt around to be in between me and Bravo 6. Like I've got him by the wrist, and I'm trying to position Kurt in between me and Bravo 6. If it's possible to do that so my back is still toward the hallway, I don't really know how we're arranged now. That'd be great. Maybe it's not. I think I'm going to burn for celerity again, so I get 2 actions with all my dice. And can you remind me how I'm armed and equipped? Like I have all my stuff. I know it's like in a sack or something.
You have as part of the TCU Guard uniform you have on, you have a submachine gun that I don't believe you've used.
Nope.
You have, let's say, you also like when you kind of shake your leg, you feel a weight in a pocket on your calf that you surmise that you also have a wooden stake in a pocket in your pants.
Okay, sure.
And let's say, I want to say they have some sort of non-lethal weapon on them, either pepper spray or a baton. I'm gonna say, it's a taser. No, tasers are like fucking expensive to maintain. I'm gonna flip for it actually.
Okay.
So heads it'll be pepper spray. Tails it'll be a baton. Can I do this in roll 20? Can I roll like a D2?
I'm sure you can.
1 D2. Okay, so if it comes up a 1, it'll be pepper spray. 2, it'll be a baton.
Okay, pepper spray.
I thought it would come up visually, but yes, pepper spray on your belt. There's also pepper spray. So you have submachine gun, pepper spray, stake.
Is Kurt outfitted any differently than me?
He is. There is a difference, not in weaponry, but I think,
Like it's just his uniform is nicer or something.
Yeah, he's not wearing a helmet. I think that is the difference. Hold on 1 second. Yes. Basically the same uniform, looks a little nicer, doesn't have a helmet on. No one on Alpha Team has helmets on.
Okay, so for my 2 actions, I think 1 is kind of like a dodging action for the stake, where I'm positioning Kurt to take the stake blow instead. My other action is I'm taking Kurt's submachine gun, and I am going to shoot his friend with it.
Okay. I think the taking and the shooting, you need to split your dice pool for that, but that's very doable.
Well, he's not wielding it. Like it's just he doesn't have it in his hands. It's just around his body. Like I just need to grab it.
True. That'd still be. That still is 2 actions, both of which could fail independently. I think one of them just grabbing the submachine gun that's slung around him.
I mean, if I have to split my attack for Kurt, if I have to split off a dice to account for an unopposed grab of his gun, that seems reasonable.
Yeah, and I'd say the difficulty is really low for grabbing something that is around someone's neck who is also moving around, probably like defensively. All right.
So that is just for the benefit. I don't know if our friends could hear all that. So, Bravo 6 is trying to stake me. Kurt didn't declare his action. He declares after I do. I am trying to. I have Kurt by the wrist. I'm trying to have him take the stake blow, and then I'm trying to steal his submachine gun to shoot his buddy. Not a called shot, but I'm just shooting at him. Actually, wait a minute. What's the thing where I can empty? I want to empty the magazine.
Yeah, fully automatic fire or strafing fire. You can either empty it at one target or at a group.
One target. Sorry, Bravo 6. Thanks for the tour.
Oh man.
Is Bravo 6 tall?
He's average height. He's about your height.
He looks tall. He looks tall to me. He's got to go.
Oh, god damn it.
He's tall. He's got to go.
Yeah, he's
too bad you're 6'2".
Yeah,
He's
like, what? Yeah,
More like 6 foot. Pew pew.
exactly.
Ooh.
All right, how do we go about this?
All right, so Alpha 1. Oh shit. Okay, so he is. I'm gonna say splitting his. He's attempting to dodge and draw a weapon at the same time. And I think you only need to roll for drawing a weapon if you're trying to draw and use the weapon in the same round. So he is using, he's just trying to get free of your grip that you have on his hand.
Okay. Good fucking luck, boss.
Yeah. So we're going to use the hold rules where he has to go against your strength. And that is... Yeah, so this is essentially a hold, but you're just holding his wrist.
That's right. It's a special hold.
So you and he, this doesn't cost like a turn.
This is real professional wrestling shit too. Control the wrists. Like this is definitely something Darby would try to do.
So you and he both roll strength plus brawl, and he has to roll more successes than you to get out. So
Okay.
do that when you're ready.
Standard difficulty?
Yes.
I am going to go for a guaranteed success.
You're spending a willpower?
I'm going to spend a temporary willpower for a guaranteed success.
You know, oddly. So is he.
I'm not surprised.
He got 4 successes. You got 5.
You will not be extricating yourself, good sir. Stay grabbed.
So with his free hand, he does draw a stake, but he is not doing anything with it in this round. So to maneuver him between you and Bravo 6, just give me a strength plus strength plus brawl roll, standard difficulty.
Like quite a few successes.
That's all of the successes you need. You place him directly between you and Bravo 6. Bravo 6, I'm gonna roll to see if he stakes Kurt. He can.
Oh my god, I did not even really. He can like cancel his action out, right?
With the spending of a temporary willpower point, he can abort his attack and switch to a defensive action. And he is, all he's doing is not staking his buddy. So now, you will need to split your dice pool. So the two rolls are going to be, snatching something is like dexterity plus athletics or melee, and then shooting is dexterity plus firearms. Which of those is a larger or smaller pool for you?
Dexterity plus melee plus athletics is the larger pool. That would be 9 dice.
So for firearms, it's smaller. So let's say you're splitting your firearms dice pool is your dexterity temporarily is 5.
5. Yep.
3 for firearms is 8. You're going to split 8 between the snatching and the shooting.
Okay. And remind me how the damage goes for full magazine.
Ooh, it is interesting. So you're going to unload the entire magazine. You add 10 dice to your attack roll, but you're shooting at a +2 difficulty because of the recoil.
Okay.
And I
So I'm gonna
rule. I said that 10s on the damage roll represent headshots.
Oh,
those
fun!
Are soaked before any other damage.
Great. So, I can't afford to fail at grabbing the gun, and since I'm going to get so much extra on my attack roll, I'm gonna do 3 dice for grabbing the gun. I know that's conservative, and then the remaining 5 dice for shooting plus the 10 extra for the full clip.
So give me roll 3 dice, difficulty 4.
That'll do her.
Yeah. So you gain possession of Kurt's gun, which is still in a sling around his neck, and then roll 5 dice. Sorry, 15 dice. Difficulty 8 to light up Bravo 6.
I see a headshot in there. 1 headshot, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no.
5 with a headshot. Woo! One moment, and his soak roll goes like this. Dang it.
That doesn't seem right.
All right, so you got 5 successes, right?
Yep.
Oh wait, no.
That's just the attack roll.
Oh, that was just the attack roll. So you got 5. So roll. Oh, your damage is. 1 second. I always get that mixed up. Damage is going to be roll 4 plus 4 is 8. Roll 8 for your damage, please. And then it's in the damage roll that some of these could be headshots.
That's right. So okay. Yeah, I don't have a. Did we give me one too many successes? Because I don't get. No, we didn't. We're good. Okay.
We're good. Just roll. Yeah. You got it. One,
It's like 3. So he soaked them all.
He does in fact. He is. So you light him up, and you see the sparks of bullets glancing off of his armor, which I've heard is actually a myth because bullets tend not to be made of the kind of metal that produces sparks. Anyway, but yeah, you successfully scared the shit out of him and deafened the 2 of them, but you don't see him drop.
Did I destroy any of his armor? Does the soaking cost him anything, or is it just he's good?
You do see that his armor seems well and fully chewed up as a result of this. And I'm gonna say, no, his helmet would still stay on. None of it. You didn't actually catch his helmet with any of those.
Yep.
So back down to the basement. Augustine just saw Ovacxe fall down onto the ground. Ovacxe looks up and sees Augustine and Paddington and Squeakums. We're set on that name, right?
Darby's an idiot. Like, I don't know what you want.
Augustine looks inquisitively at Escavo, and then back in the direction she seemed to be staring at the thing I couldn't quite see, and then back at Escavo, and kind of shakes the curiosity from his mind, and welcome back from West you were. What saith you about the situation upstairs?
I wasn't able to get back into the security room. I heard.
You did not. You have not yet.
Right. I was not able to get back in there. I tried. And I tried my best, and sometimes it's all you can give, And I heard someone coming, and I didn't want them to see me, so I went over to the elevator, and then that's where you saw me come out. So someone else is up there. I don't even know who. I also think there was somebody already in the security room when I tried to go in there. So anything that happened after the first time I went up there, that's all just on the record right now.
There's a box of mysterious people.
Yeah.
There's a man without knees.
Yeah.
Where's Darby?
Oh my god, wait, what?
He
doesn't have knees?
As Augustine asks, where's Darby, you hear the distant sound of automatic gunfire.
As if in response.
I'm sure he's fine.
I do believe that answers my question. We mustn't dally. Shit, I have Paddington. Brick, where did we even park the car? Is the car down here?
It's down there. We drove it right into the parking garage and parked it essentially where we got it from originally, just like in its parking spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We have a parking spot now. We're here.
And the man without knees, as far as I know, he's the only one down here.
And there are people in this box thing.
He's moaning. Do you remember in the movie Labyrinth, just like what Bluto? Wait, was his name Bluto? The big.
I'm already having to talk over him.
But yeah, just a mournful, low cry, just mourning the knees that he used to have. It was like,
going to live through this, but my knees are
where did his knees
destroyed.
Go? Augustine, you can't do that stuff.
Okay.
That's all on film.
I was a gymnast.
I look at the nameless man. I look at
I'm literally
Scavos.
plugging my ears. Like, that's all on film.
I believe that makes for two problems. We must find Darby. And I dash over to the car. I deposit the animals that we came to retrieve in the car. Obviously playing their favorite music as not to feel lonesome and to drown out the moans of Ludo.
This?
Ludo.
And then-
That's the name. Thank you.
Yeah, and I'll have you know, for those who haven't seen The Labyrinth, I'm looking at a picture of him, and god damn, he is ugly.
How dare you?
You
look
fucking
better
look
when he
at
had
that
knees.
face and tell me that is not ugly. Point taken. I deposit the animals which we came back to retrieve in the vehicle, playing their favorite tunes, and express the urgency with which we should probably mosey on up to the security room, at the very least in the direction of the gunfire, because I definitely committed some more masquerade violations down here, and
Oh yeah, son.
we should probably.
On film.
Is that a big deal to vampires?
I don't know, but I'm told they are.
Charlie 1 is still on the floor. Now he's calling for his dad.
Oh yeah, that
Not looking
reminds
good
me.
for Charlie 1.
Before I press Excavo to move us upstairs, to move with me us upstairs, I do a quick check on Charlie 1 to make sure he doesn't have a walkie-talkie, and if he does, remove it from his person.
He's covered in like a big raincoat, so you can't see like a utility belt or anything on him. So you can go
Okay.
up and like move the raincoat aside if you want to get closer to him.
Nah, he won't be comprehensible into a walkie-talkie anyway. It'll be fine. Excavo, we must make haste.
As you
And
walk
I
away, he's
start-
like, somebody help! I just want to go home. Dad! He's delirious.
I intend to move expediently enough that his moans become a Doppler effect. I hear it like changing in downward pitch as I'm walking away from him.
It's fun for you. His sorrow.
But no, he's got like 7 humanity or something. It's fine. It's like really fine.
I didn't kill him.
He's not dead.
He has a future ahead of him. A future you stole from that other tall gentleman.
Ludo sad.
He's so cute.
Well, he's going to be less tall with fewer knees.
Yeah, I might have saved his life in shortening him.
Look at him.
Look
at him!
No. No. Make me take another
So-
humanity check.
So with the fuzzy companions secured in the vehicle and free of having to make sure that they don't dash off again, I am barreling up the stairs at a manic pace.
Do you have a weapon? Because I'm getting out my gun. If we're just gonna be not sneaky anymore and just fucking go.
I am a weapon.
You just heard all the semi-automatic weapons.
Yeah,
so
like,
it's just
sneaky is
obviously
over.
on. Yeah, yeah.
I'm saying you need to get a weapon out. Something.
A weapon's
Is
only
that-
effective if you arrive.
There aren't a lot of
with
plants
it.
in a building.
Well, Augustin has 2 pistols and
Yes.
2
Get something out.
Tontos? Did he? Oh, I think one of the Tontos got stuck in the the tire of the TCU van. Is that right? And you see
And it was
the
one of my
TCU
blood
van.
tontos.
You see the TCU van nearby with the Tonto still stuck in it, allowing you to retrieve your lost knife.
I would love to retrieve that Tonto because it is also a blood amulet that I imbued for backup health previously. It was really sad to see that get yoinked off of my person.
Did you do that with?
Why would you do that if you refuse to burn blood to heal? I don't understand.
You act as though there is a method. There is only madness.
Remind me,
Right,
did
you hurt
did you
him.
do that? Did you
Look
put
at
one
him.
blood point into both of your Tontos?
I can't remember if it was both, but I know I did it into at least one, and I remember if it was one, it was the one that got yoinked because it was red, and I thought it was cool.
I'm gonna say I think you did this during your downtime, and when you had effectively infinite blood, and I'd say both of them are imbued that way.
Cool. Well, given the opportunity to retrieve it, I now have 2 blood Tontos, just in case I get shot in the head again. Never can be too careful with them perforated foreheads and whatnot.
Yeah. So you make it to the car with your animals and with your knives. What is Ovacxe doing?
Are we not going to the source of the gunshots? That's where I would say Darby is.
Wait, I guess he's asking if you're doing anything while I'm like depositing the animals and grabbing my knife and then making it for the stairs. Are you doing anything while I'm doing that?
Well, Excavo wouldn't help you, but Ovacxe probably would help you.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I pass the animals to you to drop
Well,
off in the car.
I would take one.
Okay. I pass Squeak Squeakerton over to you and dash with you to drop off Paddington
Okay.
and Squeakerton, and I grab my Tonto, and then we're both off.
Yes.
Yeah. Chasing gunfire.
All right. All right, back up to, let me update this guy because his armor is all fucked up. All right, next round. So, Bravo 6 is actually, hang on 1 second. They need to do a secret roll for something.
A secret roll.
Yes.
What are you gonna do, pussy? You just had a whole round emptied at you.
Whoa!
All right. Nothing out of the ordinary happens. So Bravo.
This is ordinary.
Bravo 6 is standing with the wooden stake in his hand, and at least for the moment is just stunned by getting shot at least 10 times and somehow surviving. He's taking no action. Darby, what are you doing?
Okay, so again, burning for celerity. And this time my 2 actions, I want to, you tell me if this is possible based on how he's wearing it. But in my mind, Darby going full Rambo here.
I love anything that starts that way. Is this possible?
I'm like twisting the cord of the gun that's like strapped around the guy, and I want to like use it to restrain him. So I'm imagining like forcing him down. I'm still holding his arm, and I'm like twisting the cord around and like just extra holding him down. So just like subduing him, tying him up essentially in his own gun strap.
For the effect of him not being able to use his arms, or the effect of strangling him, or to get him to the ground?
If I could get around his neck, that'd be amazing. But I was imagining it like that it would make his arm, like he wouldn't be able to get his stake and stab at me.
He has his stake in his other hand. You're grabbing one hand, he has a stake in the other hand, and the thing is like slung across his shoulder. So are you trying to go for like?
I'm trying to control. It's all about like just controlling him and taking him out of the fight. Like I'm really not even trying to hurt him. I just want to. If he gets hurt, that's great. But I like my intention is to subdue him because my other action is to empty my submachine gun at the exact same guy.
Okay, so you're in a fairly narrow hallway, so
Mhm.
it is pretty trivial for you to like mash Kurt up against the wall and get control that
Okay.
way. That makes the most sense to me. Like you grab him by the strap, and you're using that and the wall to try to put him into a position where he can't maneuver around to.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like what I was intending. I think I had imagined like forcing him down, but forcing him against the wall is the same like principle. I just wanted to subdue him with the leverage that I had from stealing his gun.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna say so. So there are two things happening. You're holding on to his wrist, and that is giving you a degree of control over him. And also, your action is trying to move him into a place where he's stuck. To oppose this, he could fight your hold, and if he succeeds at that, I'm gonna say what he's gonna try to do is, he's gonna split his dice pool between trying to break out of your grasp and stake you before you can do that maneuvering. If he
Has he
can't break
drawn
out,
his own stake? He drew his own stake last time.
yeah, he has a
Okay,
so,
okay.
if he can't get out of your grip, then he can't he won't be able to stake you. I'm gonna say like if you're holding onto his wrist, he could still stake you, but I'm gonna say it makes sense to me that the difficulty would be much higher. So he's gonna split his dice pool between those two things and try both of those. The first one is a strength plus brawl roll, opposed by you.
Yep.
So go ahead and roll strength plus brawl with.
I'm gonna burn another temporary willpower, just get an automatic success. But this is 9 dice, I believe. Strength, no, it's 10. 10 dice. One, two, three, four, five, -1, +1. So 5 successes. I don't really think I get the WWE bonus on this one.
5 successes, and Kurt gets also burning a willpower point. Also 5 successes, not overcoming your hold on him.
Love it.
He swings the stake at you, and trying to stake someone in the heart is a real pain in the ass thing to do. It is targeting the heart, difficulty 9, doesn't actually paralyze you unless if it inflicts 3 health levels of damage. So this is going to be a dexterity.
This guy would have to roll out of his mind. Good luck.
Yep.
It's possible, I guess.
It's a real Hail Mary play.
Do I get a benefit from the body armor I'm wearing against this?
Yeah, that'll be part of your soak roll. You'll be able to soak this damage, and that will make a difference in whether or not it actually pierces your heart.
Got it.
Okay, so he's going to roll 5. And he's also burning a willpower to get another success on it.
It's a good thing, because it would have been a botch otherwise. So he has 0 successes.
All right, so the stake goes into your chest, but we have to do a damage roll to determine how much that matters.
Wait, does it with 0?
He rolled he burned a temporary willpower point to get one success.
And then I guess I'm confused. It doesn't count his dice.
If you spend willpower to get an automatic success, that can't be canceled by a 1.
So it's also an automatic no botch.
Correct. Okay. So rolling for damage on that does 1 damage, and Darby's going to be able to pretty easily soak that. Your soak roll is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dice.
Where do I get the body armor?
6 dice plus. I mean, 6 is going to do it, but the body armor adds. Hold on a second. Actually, the body armor is only against ballistic attacks, so it doesn't help you out with the stake. Yep.
2 successes.
So you feel the wooden stake slightly pierce your body armor and tickle you a little bit in the chest. You see how much Kurt is desperate, and he's going all out. And he's trying to slam this stake into you, and it just doesn't do anything at all. So give me a dexterity plus brawl roll to slam him into the wall.
Okay. This is going to be 8 dice. Standard difficulty.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty good.
That is 6 successes. Because this kind of resembles a tackle, do you intend to do damage with this?
That's such an interesting question. It was really never my intent to hurt him, but I think I'm so strong that using all of my strength to force him against the wall that I've succeeded so mightily. Like maybe he went like head first or something, to where I think this would hurt him, would hurt a human being.
Well, I'm going to say with all those successes, you have enough control over the situation that if you want to do damage to him, I'll give you just some freebie bashing damage on him.
Yeah, I think I did. I think I would be trying to rough him up.
All right. I'm going to say like a slam like that. Let's see what of 3 bashing he soaks. He has this many dice to roll with against bashing damage. He takes 1 bashing.
That'll wake you up in the morning.
You slam him into the wall. You put a decent dent into the drywall. You hear the wind get knocked out of him a little bit. On Bravo 6's turn, he's stammering, and he's like taking a little bit of a step back as he's absolutely stunned with his wooden stake out. And in your celerity round, you're going to split. I'm actually going to say that, like, because at this point, Kurt is no longer actively moving around, you have achieved the effect of making him, like, stationary. You don't need to split your dice pool. You can just grab...
I'm using my own gun.
Use your own gun. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just grab the gun, and you're targeting Bravo 6 again?
Okay, hang on a second. I'm having a moment of moral clarity here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I may be about to just kill this guy, and he seems afraid.
He's also holding a wooden stake and kind of standing over you like this.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm gonna light him up. Good call. I almost let him go
The
there.
scene for you.
Yeah, he almost got away, but no, you're right.
But
He's got to go.
In his eyes, you can see that like he's the son of two loving parents. He has aspirations. Maybe he didn't even want to. Maybe he wasn't even supposed to be here today.
You're running with the wrong crowd, Brohim. It's gonna be your last day. Rat-a-tat-tat. I'm gonna pull out my strap and lay this busta down.
Okay. So please roll dexterity plus firearms plus 10 because you're doing automatic fire, right?
This is the attack roll that I add 10 to,
So
or the damage roll.
Dexterity plus one more than your usual dexterity, plus firearms plus 10, difficulty 8.
Okay, so that's 5 plus 3 plus 10, 18.
Woo!
Difficulty 8. This feels like more dice than I rolled last time, but
Yeah.
whatever.
You gently place the gun into his mouth. And then, difficulty 8. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I mean, it's going to be 4. They should have counted correctly, I think, right?
Yes. 4 successes. So for damage, you are going to roll, standard is 4 plus, 4 plus 3, roll 7 to determine how much damage you do.
Is 18 dice the most any of us have ever rolled for anything? Like that was a lot. All right, 7d10. This is standard difficulty.
Yeah, this is the damage roll.
Come on, 10s. Show me 10s. I didn't get any. Still, 5 successes, pretty good. Pretty good.
It's pretty good.
And none hit his helmet, so he's never. I hope you're gonna take that armor with you right to the grave.
All right, so he soaks
One soak.
one of those 5, so he gets hit with 4 bullets. We'll say that's how that works. Woo!
Each one does 1 lethal.
So as he is taking a step back, I mean, like with automatic fire, it's treated as if all the damage is just from one bullet, but
Oh, sure.
regardless, you see, for narrative purposes, he's doing the platoon thing, like you see little gouts of blood spraying from the holes in his armor that you made in the previous round. Right, let's rewind back like 1 second, and you see him standing over you with the wooden stake, his grip on it loosening a little bit, his eyes kind of drifting into the middle distance where he's maybe reconsidering some of his choices in life. It looks like he's thinking of just turning tail and going home.
Where was this before? Where was this narrative before?
It looks like he's about to say something with an apologetic look on his face.
No. This is a bunch of bullshit.
And he can't quite get it out as the rounds pass through his lungs. In the basement, Augustine and Ovacxe hear another burst of automatic fire. And this
one accompanied by maniacal laughter.
So you, over the course of a couple seconds, you empty this magazine. The area behind him, the door, the walls. I'm not sure which direction you're pointed at in the battle
Toward
map.
the equipment shed, I think, right? I guess we haven't really oriented us since all the grappling has been going on. But I assume it's like sort of diagonally toward the equipment room.
Yes, I will go with that. So there's smoke. There's bits of drywall being blasted off the walls. This guy's been hit, obviously, really badly. Back down in the basement.
I gotta take just a second. I'll be right back. But please continue with the basement scene. I don't know what's going on down there anyway.
Oh, yeah, we had put the animals in the car, and then we're gonna go up to the 3rd floor.
It's true.
Yeah. That's all we're
right.
doing.
How do you get up there? Stairs or elevator?
Elevator. My first thought.
All right, you hit the button. Elevator's already in the basement. Doors open.
Yeah.
You board.
Okay.
Press the button next to the number 3, and you wait as the doors very slowly close.
In the elevator,
coming along.
I am, and I was thinking about this while you were in the upstairs scene. But willing plants into existence seems difficult while running upstairs. And I was thinking like dramatically chanting rituals while I'm running up the stairs and like, how do I do it? But as much as it's dissonant to the pace of how I imagine things going in my headcanon, the elevator actually kind of makes sense. So as we're waiting for the elevator to arrive, I parse through my seeds and see if I have any that have like plants of viney quality in there.
I make sure my gun has bullets.
And I'm going to try, when Graham gets back, to throw a Speed of Seasons Passing to have a couple of medium-length vines wrapped around my forearms, and dangling like whips. And ready for me to cast Dance of the Vines on when I get up to the top of the elevator shaft.
Don't seeds need, like, dirt to grow from? Like, they need soil?
Unless if they have magic. On my way back here, I checked with Angie. Do tomatoes have vines? And she said, yeah.
Cool. So I grab a couple tomato seeds and burn a blood to try and throw a Speed of Seasons Passing on them. One in each palm to try and generate a tomato vine that will hopefully entwine itself around both of my forearms and then dangle off like whips.
Edward Tomato Hands over here.
He said a weapon, and the tauntas are great, but I'm a little traumatized at the loss of my last one, so I'm going to hold on to those in case of wound.
I know. I'm like loading my gun. That's what I'm doing.
How droll, sir.
I don't have like the ability to like make plants happen. I can tell you how things feel. I can disguise myself and dominate the conversation, but this is what I have.
Sir, I have a shillelagh that gives me 2 dice to all my Green Path spells and +1 to rituals, like.
And that's great. And my axe, so to speak. I have a gun.
But yeah, I do forget. What is the dice roll for Speed of Season Passing? Intelligence plus occult?
Yeah. Unless if it's something exotic, it's always
He's very
intelligence
small.
plus occult.
Oh, it's gross.
So puts me down to 12 blood. D10.
Actually,
I've got +2 dice.
For the sake of expediency, because because you're not trying to do this quickly, because you're gonna have like a few turns to concentrate on it. For expediency, I'm gonna say you have 2 tomato plants in your hands.
2 whippy vines.
Which is better than
Why?
having guns. Why?
This is what he's doing?
Because unlike Darby, I'm considerate of whether or not I don't need to kill the person I'm going to be having a confrontation with. What if I just
smoke? This is the hill?
Don't let the revenant sway you. We're not actually Batman.
Was I just trying to get the morality police from Augustine of all people? You just like hole up and stab people just because you win all your degeneration rolls, like coming at me like from this high and mighty. Oh yeah, put him up on a pedestal. Yeah, this is a bunch of shit. He's like, oh, because Darby's just killing everybody all the time. Wow. Man
without knees in the basement.
Seriously.
Who gets to live another day?
He deleted.
And you feel really
Is
bad
that
about
a life?
that. He already feels horrible about it. But he's going to do it again.
Ate up inside, and I bemoan the looming possibility that I might have to do that once more.
They keep making you.
So I'm gonna say, like, the way we're dealing with time here with these 2 floors is kind of wacky. But I'm gonna say the conversation that happened between Augustine and Ovacxe happened while they were in the elevator, and that has given them enough time to get, let's say, 1 round per floor. And it's been 2 rounds of combat with Darby, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're like arriving now.
So basement, a round to get to the first floor, a round to get to the second floor. At the end of the next combat round of Darby, you will arrive on the 3rd floor.
Then we arrive. Okay.
So, next round with Darby. So Bravo 6 just got shot a bunch of times. You see a wild panic in his eyes, and 1 moment, let me roll for something. You see an absolutely wild panic in his eyes. You see him bare his teeth. His eyes take on a strange feral quality.
No.
And he looks at you with murderous intent and is now fully committed to staking you to save his life.
That's a choice.
That's what he is attempting to do. Let me check. 1.
What does he have? He's been shot 4 times, right?
Oh shit! And so from Bravo 6, you see this transformation where he's a real fuck you, I'm gonna kill you vibe, and kind of like a growling, snarling sounds coming from him, which you hear kind of echoed by Kurt on well, I'm muffled with his face in drywall. What is Darby doing? With all of his blood, all of his celerity, all of his absolutely full health.
I mean, we're certainly burning for celerity again with 2 targets. I'm showing 10 blood. I'm not sure what count you have.
I'm with that down. I'm showing 9 blood.
Okay. Let me match up with you. I may have missed one.
Plenty to do some damage.
How far away is the bullet-riddled but very aggro soon to be corpse of Bravo 6?
He's just barely in punching range. He's like right there if you kind of lean for him.
Great. Man, so many options here. I think I really like the idea of using Kurt as like my fighting puppet and keeping him in between me and the other one. So I am trying to make Kurt fight Bravo 6. They both seem like really aggro all of a sudden. So I'm just sort of like, you guys work this out. So I'm trying to manhandle Kurt into Bravo 6.
Okay, so this is effectively like a block. You're trying to block his attack with the other one's body.
Here's actually a question I would like to ask. Because I have Kurt controlled, can I swing him? Bravo 6.
Like use Kurt as a melee weapon.
That's correct.
Hitting one dude with another dude.
You're feeling me. You're feeling me. Yeah, that's exactly what I would like to do.
Here's what I think is doable. You could take Kurt and like chest pass him into Bravo 6.
Like a basketball.
Yeah, and in effect, possibly knock over one or both of them.
I really think I am interested in like hurdling Kurt. Like
I am interested in this happening.
like a full on. If I can't wield him like the Hulk, I would like to throw him at Bravo 6.
Like to get airtime for him and toss him.
I'm more interested in the impact, the destination than I am the journey. You know, I don't really care that he gets airtime.
Okay.
I more care that he slams into Bravo 6. That's right.
Okay. I'm gonna say you can do that because you have like a 200-pound floppy weapon that you're trying to wield. I'll say the difficulty is higher, but yeah, you're extraordinarily strong, so you should be able to do wacky things with that strength. Otherwise, what's the point? What are we doing here?
What are we doing here? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. So
this is honestly Chekhov's toss, like we had in like one of our very earliest sessions. It's a whole framework that you worked out for throwing people, and we haven't had an occasion to do it until just now. It seems like my camera fucked up. Stand by.
Yeah, and the core rulebook's mechanics for throwing heavy things are surprisingly like not cartoonish. Like once it gets to be 100 pounds, you just like can't throw things more than 3 feet. But basically anything you can lift, it does say that you can throw it at least 3 feet. And this guy's about 3 feet away from you, so I'll say, yeah, you can throw pretty much anything at another person standing next to you. There's nothing that interferes with that. All right, so you were trying to do that in such a way that it intercepts his attack. So if you were successful, he will not be able to get that stake in you. So Alpha 1 is trying to break free from your hold. And also, if he does, he's trying to stake you. He's going to roll strength plus brawl opposed against you, Darby. And
I'm going to burn one more point of blood to raise my strength up to level 7 for the remainder of the scene.
STR plus 1.
All right. So this is strength plus brawl, you said?
Yes. And Kurt.
Standard difficulty?
Yes. So he got 4 successes. You got 2 successes. He successfully, with an incredible feat of crazy frenzy strength, rips his hand loose from your grip, extracts himself from the drywall, and takes a swing at you with his wooden stake with a dexterity plus melee roll. Let me double check what he's rolling for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, difficulty 9. Got
One success.
A single success, which means no extra successes to roll for the damage roll, which is the crucial thing for actually hitting your heart. He's rolling 4 for the damage.
You need 3 to even have a chance.
Needs 3 that gets past your soak roll in order to paralyze you.
How about a botch?
So second time he puts that wooden stake into your chest, you do feel it pass through your clothes and nothing else. All right, so Darby, for that, the tossing him, I think in the A team, BA had like a signature move where he picks someone up and throw them sideways into a wall, and that's what I'm imagining here.
Yeah, that sounds fun. Like, yeah, laterally, just fleshy part first, but fast.
So I'm gonna say strength plus brawl roll, difficulty 8, and what is the tremendous dice pool that you have to roll with?
I believe that's 11.
Oh no! Plus 1 is 7. Plus 2 for potence is 9. Plus 4 for brawl is 13.
I didn't roll enough on my opposed roll before either. I fucked that up. So I should have got 2 more dice to withstand the grasp, but whatever. All right.
Well, if you don't mind rolling with it.
Oh gosh.
4, 5, 6. That is I said 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is a pro wrestling move, so 7, 8, 9, 10 successes on that.
Damn.
Oh, -1 is 9, but still a mere 9 successes.
Only 9.
When in this system, 5 successes is an extraordinary success. Yeah, so you are attempting to hurt, not just merely knock him, but you're trying to hurt Bravo 6. So you pick up Alpha 1, Kurt, and who just tried to stake you, and you are basically not noticing it. If anything, the force of him slamming the stake into your chest kind of helps spring him off of you as
nice.
as you cannonball his body into his work colleague. Kurt's body hits Bravo 6 so hard that I'm going to say that the way I see everything in the battle map, you knock Bravo 6's body into the door of the the equipment room.
The equipment room, yeah.
Knocking the door off of its hinges. Absolutely just ass over tea kettle. He tumbles into the room. And after a beat, you notice that, I'm going to say, Kurt also takes damage from that, because that's extraordinary. And after a beat, you don't see Bravo 6 moving. He is just on the ground and he is out. The elevator doors open, and Augustin and Ovacxe hear this extraordinary slam, the sound of a door being knocked off of its hinges.
And the vision that they see is Darby walking around as if he were in the center of a wrestling ring. Just
we gotta get
triumphant. Like the first sight is him just like reveling in the success of it, as if for an imaginary crowd.
So we come out over here.
Yeah. What did the two of you do once the elevator doors open?
I mean, we go to the scene. Right?
Okay,
we come out here.
Augustine.
We go.
Augustine also does that.
Yeah, if I'm able
What?
to, while moving, try and throw a, because I don't know how things are, in there, but try and burn another blood to throw a Dancing of the Vines on the vines that are now currently wrapping my arms. As I'm approaching, just so they're animated and ready to go for whatever happens to be around the corner.
Sure. Dance of Vines, that is level 3. So I think it's 3 plus 3. Give me difficulty 6 willpower roll, please.
Willpower. Copy. Max is 6. Do I have any bonuses from my shillelagh for that? Or is that strictly to...
It says +2 dice for green path rolls. This, you are rolling for green path power, so I suppose this counts. So willpower +2 is 8 dice for this. Difficulty 6.
Goes off hard.
You got plenty. Next, the occult plus intelligence roll is, I believe, standard difficulty.
So it'd be...
That's going to be
8.
intelligence plus occult plus 2.
So 10 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh wow, they be dancing.
Yeah, they're big dancing.
Vine
they wiggle.
Be dancing.
My vines wiggle.
How many is that? Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes. That is, I believe, how many turns they're active. Yep. So they're active for 5 turns.
Cool.
So,
but other than that,
yeah.
Aside from that, I'm just approaching the doorway. Just fucking, oh my god, what's the Iron Man villain who has the electrical whips that freaks out on the racetrack?
What is that guy's name?
Oh, frick. I don't
But you know who I'm talking about.
Mickey
yeah.
Rourke, yeah.
Your boy's rearing up, ready to go with his wiggle vines. Turns the corner.
Whipper. That's not right. oh no, it's Whiplash.
The Shocker.
That's the Spider-Man guy. Wait.
Is it?
Is it?
The Shocker?
Oh my god. We are failing at this nerd test. I think it's Whiplash. I could be wrong.
No, you're right.
All right, so B6 is taken out of the fight. What is Darby doing next?
Oh,
actually,
well, what's he see from Alpha 1?
Let's let Excavo and Augustine roll for initiative. Each of you, please roll a 1d10 and add your dexterity and wits to that number.
Oh. Well, I rolled a 2, so it's not going to be great.
I have 2 for wits. I have 4 for dexterity, so D20 or D10 plus 6. 1d10.
Looks like the total is
Epical.
9 for Ovacxe and
8 for Augustine.
Yeah.
8. All right, so
Not great. We both rolled a 2.
So, Augustine, what? So you walk into this. Where are you in the battle map? Oh, do we not have an icon for you?
No, sir. We do not.
Oh, we do. It's hidden. Hang on. Let me move it.
Oh, you
There's
sneaky
a secret
bubble.
icon.
There he is. And I cannot move him.
You should get a little tomato.
Now you can. So let's say, in fairness, you're just right next to Excavo.
Sure.
Yeah, you come into the scene. We see Darby over there. Alpha 1 behind a door, and then
Alpha 1's like against the door.
Okay.
So,
I assume...
yeah. What is Augustin do? Who rolled lowest?
Yeah, you got higher than me.
And Alpha 1 is still alive and like a threat, yeah? He's against the door.
All you see is that a guy got thrown into a door, and you have no confirmation about his state of being.
Okay.
Augustin's going first. I'm staying back.
Well, I'm declaring first, and then everything happens in reverse order.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna I'm gonna run towards Alpha 1 and instruct my vines to entangle him.
Okay. And Ovacxe, what about you?
Okay, so I don't know about this other person yet. I would assume, well, no, because I don't know about them yet. I would
Darby just looks over and hand wave like do your shit. Just points back to the surveillance room like this is over.
Me?
Yes, hello to you too, Dobicus.
Yeah, he's just like I got this. Go take it. Delete all this footage, man. This fight is over. I just did my finishing move.
Ovacxe would want to be helpful. I would probably try to just get an actual just shot at Alpha 1 and move past. I see Darby waving at me. Like, I'll walk to here, shoot point blank Alpha 1 in the face, and then continue moving.
And then just go about your day.
Because because from here, I don't know about this person. I'm seeing this person as a threat to this person that I need in my life, so I will shoot this person.
And just to be clear, you also know that Augustin is in the process of trying to do some planned thing, but that does not factor.
And he can play with his dead body all he wants.
He can play with what's left for him after I'm done.
I don't even know if I'm gonna actually shoot him. Like, I might roll poorly, but I'm only gonna try once.
It's not me who's killing him; it's the dice.
And then just move through. Well,
if it goes well, I have 4 more turns of Dance of Vines to just play marionette with a corpse. Like, God. It's cool. Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah, it's been like an hour since you've done that.
Yeah, I'm getting the itch, as it were.
But I'm like, all right, I'll try once to shoot. If it doesn't work out, I'll just keep going. I need to get to the surveillance room anyway. We're on that floor.
All right, next up is Darby. What are you doing? Victory lap?
Victory lap?
I mean, I'm teaming up. I'm tag teaming.
Oh, damn it.
Tag teaming?
Where are the two of you?
Me and this other Darby
are going to go to town. I can control them both. So
all right, I'm gonna nix the extra Darby because that's
it changes my whole plan.
Too much Darby.
No, that's Thurgood. This
Yeah, so Darby is casually, not burning for celerity, casually walking over to Bravo 6's corpse and is going to take his submachine gun.
God damn it.
And you'll never guess what I intend to do with it.
I can think of 2 things you might plan to do with it.
Well,
3 if you're mad at Augustin about something.
Tune in next turn to find out.
Are you going to shoot him with it or Kurt?
I'm going to shoot Kurt.
Okay, got it.
Because I see a red X on him that makes me think he's already dead.
He's not moving.
Yeah, so I've surmised that it will be very easy to take this gun, and that even if I have like his corpse dangling off the end of it, like stuck on I'm just grabbing it and I'm just aiming at Alpha 1 going to town.
Okay, so you're walking past Alpha 1 to go into the equipment room to get that.
That's right.
All right. As you do that, Alpha 1 gets to his feet and gets into a fighting stance, and you see him. It looks like he's just like getting a second wind.
Darby, and this may be foolish, is just like, this dude is a clown. He's no threat to me, and is like pretty much ignoring him and getting ready to shoot him.
All right. You walk up, you take, I think, yeah, that's within the movement range you run up and you grab the submachine gun that, Bravo 6 has. And, that's another dexterity plus firearms plus 10 plus 1, counting the blood you spent to up your dexterity.
So this will be 19 this time.
19 is bananas. At some point, it's just like
1 minus 1. So 3 successes.
Yep. 3 successes. So you're going to be rolling 6 dice to determine damage.
I'm on 10s. Well, I don't see any. Looks like 1, 2, 3 successes.
3 successes. And what does he soak versus guns? 3 successes. Double check that that's the right number. Yep. I'm so glad I did this dice math ahead of time.
1 success.
1 success, and you had 3, so he takes 2.
He took 1 bashing before and now 2 lethal. Did he take damage from being used as a weapon? You didn't say out loud. You said you thought he should, but I don't think you rolled for anything.
I just gave him a bashing damage for that.
Okay.
I didn't even.
So he's taken 2 bashing and 2 lethal so far.
That you are aware of. Yes. It appears that a normal person would have taken about that amount of damage. Yes.
Great. ... Love that for me.
All right. So you casually walk past Kurt, who gets up, gets to his feet, looks like he's ready for a fight. Still has that wooden stake in his hand, and you just casually put an entire magazine worth of rounds at him. And you see some of them are clearly like going through his armor and into his body. A little bit of blood is like running down an arm, dripping onto the floor. And next up is Ovacxe, who is also gonna shoot Kurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, once.
All right, so this is going to be a dexterity plus firearms roll, standard difficulty.
Just hurt. 1, 2, 3, 5.
Wow.
You
tried.
One of those dice was a success, so it's not a botch. Otherwise,
3 1s. 3 1s.
This is
They
not
said it
really
was
your strong
impossible.
suit.
But I believed in myself. 3 1s. So I fired, I missed.
So what happens is, from one direction, Darby just
and I go.
And a moment later,
that's what we're doing.
Just like a cough of a bullet.
A moment later, just pop. Completely missing him.
And I keep going towards the surveillance room. I was like, I will try to be helpful.
You know, this ain't me. This ain't me. Yeah.
And yes, and you just on the way, just like pop, missing him, and you're on your way to the surveillance room.
Fuck it.
Augustine, I believe, needs to grapple with this person, and that is the vines have strength and dexterity ratings equal to half the character's willpower rounded down, and brawl ratings one lower than that of the characters. So, brawl of 1, dexterity of 3. So roll 4 dice to see if you can grapple Kurt here. Standard difficulty.
Nope.
2 successes.
2 successes. All right. So you whip the vines out in front of you. They wrap around Kurt, and your intention is to just like hold him.
I'm trying to reduce his ability to move as effectively as I can. Like, just keep him locked in a place.
All right. Well, the vines wrap around him, wrap around his arms, binding him, straitjacket style. And new round. Kurt is still in play. Augustine, what is your next move? Just to maintain this hold?
I guess I'm.
He's going to get to try to resist. And if you try to do anything else, you'll have to split your dice between defending against him, breaking out, and whatever.
I do want to
else.
focus on keeping him restrained, but I want, like, the whole point of keeping him restrained is, like, this seems, from Augustine's perspective, like something that went from 0 to combat instantly, and Kurt seems like a talker. So while physically focusing on restraining him, I ask him if he wants to continue to live.
He's frenzying right now. I don't know if this is going to work. Or he's doing something. He does not seem reasonable.
It seems uncharacteristic for you guys to leave a survivor to talk to, but
well, he might also know, the contents of that box downstairs without me having to open it. This is a really roundabout way of me figuring that out.
Ooh, that is a good point. So Augustine is attempting to have a conversation. If Kurt survives to the end of this round, Augustine may get a reply. Ovacxe, are you just running into the surveillance room to delete footage again?
Yes.
Cool.
I love her dramatic.
Third time's a charm.
Darby, there is no.
I'm also going to have it stop recording. So
probably for the best.
Don't record anymore.
Yeah. Maybe
didn't think I need to do that, but I do.
Setup.
So Darby,
we cannot be trusted.
Of your firearm, Kurt's firearm, and Bravo 6's firearm, all of them are out of ammunition. What is your move now?
So the way that that Kurt is tied up, would it be possible to threaten him with his own stake that he's holding in his hand?
You could disarm him and be like, I'm going to stab you with this. Yeah.
The menacing thing I thought would be to hold his own hand to his chest. But if the way to accomplish that is to disarm him for...
No, we can do that.
Okay, that's what I want to do. I want to like force his fist close around the stake and like point it at his own chest and await his reply to Augustine's questioning.
Yes. So Darby is slick enough to know. This is actually something I teach in my martial arts classes. There are like joint manipulation reversals of like bladed weapon strikes. So Darby like brings a forearm down over the inside of Kurt's elbow, like folding his arm in and holding his arm, and is like trying to bring that stake up to Kurt's neck. Kurt sees that two people are trying to attack him. He's going to split his dice pool. Half of it is to try to break out of Augustin's vines, and the other half is going to be to again try to stake Darby. He rolled highest. He goes first. That is going to be a strength plus brawl roll opposed by Augustin's vines. And Augustin's vines, strength plus brawl is 3 plus 2 is 5. So Augustin, roll 5, standard difficulty.
Copy. Schwamp. 2.
Dose successes.
So he needs to get 3 to break out. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So, tragically for these tomato plants, he hulks out and snaps the vines with his... Oh, in fairness, that
was his full dice pool.
That was supposed to be split. I'm going to say, instead of redoing that, I'm going to say he just spent his entire turn breaking out of the vines and has no other action. So this doesn't change Darby's move. To grab him and threaten him with his own stake, I'm going to say that's just dexterity plus brawl.
Okay, that is 6, 10.
Gosh.
Standard difficulty?
Yeah.
Hmm.
3 successes. I think this should probably have been melee instead of brawl too, right? Because I'm sort of, I don't know. I guess it's both.
Yeah,
Either way, 2 successes. Definitely not a wrestling move.
2 successes is enough to get that up to his neck, which you're not trying to do damage, but that would matter mechanically if you're trying to do an intimidation roll next. Ovacxe is going into the surveillance room and is well on her way to accomplishing her goals in there, turning off the security cameras and deleting the footage. And Augustin, Kurt has survived up to this point. What was your question for him?
Fuck! I didn't know I'd get this far.
I think you asked if he wants to live.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's a good starting point. Do you want to live?
All right. To which he replies, "I'll fucking kill you."
Cool.
About right. I mean, sounds like he wants to live, but he doesn't want you to live.
And he's looking around, and he's in an absolute self-defensive frenzy. And as he says, "I'll fucking kill you," it seems like that's directed to all 3 of you.
Okay.
Fair.
Yeah. I get it. It's nothing personal. That puts us in another round of combat, doesn't it?
It does. Seeing that he's broken out of your vines, do you spend another turn just trying to reestablish that hold?
Nah, I grab a Tonto and try and slide it between the vertebrae of his spine.
I mean, he said he would fucking kill us, so...
He's gonna do a lot less killing if he doesn't have the use of the bottom half of his body.
We can acknowledge, though, that, like, well
Boy, he sure does look
outnumbered,
cute.
and he's been shot a bunch, and he's succeeded at, I think, literally nothing that he's attempted in this entire combat. But still, the only solution is to
He poked my chest twice. He's got to die.
Yeah, this is an affront
Hey,
to
buddy.
my friend. But no, I'm not trying to kill him. I am trying to paralyze him from the waist down.
How is that? That's worse.
Yeah, it is worse.
Do you
It's
live?
worse.
Well,
I'm not
you
gonna
can
kill
live,
you.
but
Oh yeah, it's taking it back out. That is the real downer there. As
he
long as you
said he
leave
wanted to die.
the knife in the spine, we could probably get some real interrogation on.
God.
Yeah, and honestly, if I don't do this way, then I have to walk all the way back down to the basement and unlock that box to find out what's inside. I'm already up here, man. It's just a convenience thing, nothing personal.
All right. Well, to get the spine and not the aorta, it's going to be. It seems comparable to
Definitely
getting
a called
heart.
shot.
So I'll
Yeah.
say that's like difficulty 9, especially for somebody who's like squirming around who doesn't want their spine stabbed
And isn't grappled really.
It's true.
If they squirm around too mightily, though, they do have a stake at their neck.
Well, I'm gonna.
Are they getting appropriate wound penalties too? Like, I feel like
Wound penalties have been
Okay.
through this whole
Okay.
tournament. So, Augustin, you've not yet drawn your weapon, so you can either spend a round drawing it, or split your dice pool, drawing it and quickly sticking it into a spine.
Well, hold on. If you broke the vines are kind of lost, yeah?
They're still
Limp?
active. You can still use them for.
no, he just got out of them. He didn't like rip them or break them.
Okay. Okay. I think there's a better way to do this than, unequipping my living vines and re-equipping Tontos.
You can do both.
No,
you
I'm
mean
gonna
a
go.
more sinister way.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I assume in my close proximity I see he's got some bullet hole wounds.
God damn it!
I'm gonna instruct the vines to violently burrow into the bullet hole wounds.
More sinister. I knew it. That's what we were doing.
To do damage.
As much damage as they can.
It's like if those bullets were not hollow tip shells, they might as well have been, because now this is going to come in and just.
What kind of game are you running here, man? Like, what? This was on you, Gam. You're the one that lets this happen.
Well, he can do that. There's nothing in the rules. I have a moral objection, but not like a rules lawyer objection to it. So that is what you were attempting to do.
There's legal and then there's ethical.
Ovacxe
Morally, I feel fine.
Continues doing what she is doing in the surveillance room. Darby.
Yeah, I want to uninstall the software that runs the cameras. I want to be very thorough this time.
Make it permanently shut down as much as you can.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't have a reason.
She's gonna fuck their shit up.
Yeah. Factory reset their computers.
Got it.
Honestly, that would probably be the easiest way.
Waste
Wipe
to the
hard drive.
database.
Yeah.
Fuck it all up.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I'm not doing this again.
you can't keep bringing me up here to do this.
Yeah, Jesus, I want to shoot people.
Well, Darby, what do you do?
I mean, I don't know that my compatriot has gone full murder hobo. I do see
has been declared so far. You do know that Augustin is shooting for. I guess he's not doing the Tonto spine thing, but you do know that he's doing something sinister with his vines. And
Darby is so mad about he wants to stake this guy straight up. So it's oh, you want to stake me? And then we were gonna give him a chance to talk. He refused. So now I want to stake him.
in fairness, you gave him like a couple seconds in the middle of a fight, but you
That's too many.
We gave him a chance, so you're agreeing. Yeah.
Or potentially are these vines for those beefsteak tomatoes?
God damn
it. Well, I mean, tomatoes grow on steaks, so.
There are layers to this. All right, so you're trying to put a wooden stake in a mortal's heart, which tends to be...
I don't know if he's mortal. I just know he knows about vampires, so this guy's got to go.
We just know he's small.
Much. That's too much.
And you're never going to believe this. Kurt is trying to stake Darby.
Shocker.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Left field.
He gets to go first.
God, Kurt, you could have had so much depth. You're a one-trick pony here. I just, I hear I'll fucking kill you, and surprise, surprise, he's going for the stake.
Okay, plants in your holes, man. Like
plants in your holes, man. You got...
Not saying you got a ton of moves. I got plants. I'm putting them in your holes. Oh, shocker.
Look, that's Dr. Plants and Holes Man to you.
All right. He is rolling, and he gets
2 successes.
2 successes. A stake. What is the damage for a stake? That is strength plus 1. So for damage, he's going to be rolling. And for damage, he gets 1, 2, 3 successes. Darby, go ahead and see what you soak.
What's the roll on this?
Stamina plus fortitude. Yes, it's 3 plus 3 is 6.
Yeah, okay. Three successes.
Woo! So, for a third time, Kurt desperately trying to save his own life by pausing yours, slams a wooden stake against your chest, and it grazes you, doing no damage whatsoever. Somehow I forgot what action you declared. What were you going to do?
I'm staking him back.
Oh, yes. All right.
And it's going to look very cathartic. So I stare him down as the stake, just goes a millimeter into my skin or whatever. And I'm just like, you're doing it all wrong. And then I show him what rock and roll is all about.
So I'm going to say, because he's holding the stake, difficulty plus 2, difficulty is 8, but you still have dexterity plus melee. That's 4, actually 5 now, plus 3 is 8.
I think I'd rather split one of my dice to draw my own stake.
Okay.
Because I think that'll make the rest of my roll easier.
So you have
leave the stake in me. Yeah, leave the stake in me. I'll use one dice to grab my stake out of my pocket. Say 2, just to keep it careful. 2 dice to grab my stake out of my pocket, and then the remaining dice to slam it home.
2 dice difficulty 4 to quickly get that stake out of your pocket and have it available for the next attack. Did it.
Nailed it.
And then 6 dice standard difficulty for planting it in Kurt.
What's the roll here? Melee plus what?
Yeah, that is some of your dexterity plus melee pool.
That's okay. 8 minus 2. Yeah, okay. Yep. Wait. 5 plus 1. I think I'm short. I think it should be 7.
I
This
see
should
you
be
as
9.
having effectively 5 dexterity. You had 4, and then you spent blood to raise it to 5. Does that sound right?
But I didn't burn for celerity this round, so I get to add it to the roll.
Oh, that's right. Absolutely correct.
Rules lawyer. He knows all of the rules. Oh, I suck. Oh, I didn't. I rolled. The successes are wrong.
Three successes on that. So that's 2 carryovers. Strength plus 1 plus 2. Strength plus 3. Your damage roll is going to be 6.
It's 7 plus potence
is 9.
That's 9. Plus
3 is
12. Okay.
Shit. Want to bring up that like this guy Kurt, we first saw him at Club Wonderland.
He was a real douche to Blake. Oh dear. I think this may be his last stand, Kurt.
7. What can he possibly soak from this? So
Darby's really going to get off on how dramatic this was on the turnaround. Like, this is going to go right to his head.
So you see this guy foaming at the mouth, baring his teeth, this feral look in his eyes as he is absolutely determined to take down the enemy in front of him. He gets picked up and thrown into another guy who then gets blasted through a door, evidently to death. He picks himself up, dusts himself off. He didn't hear no bell. He's still going after you. He's bringing this wooden stake down into you once, twice, 3 times. He will not be defeated. After the 3rd time, you grab him, you calmly draw your own stake. And what is it that you say?
You're doing it all wrong.
And there's this haunting scene in Saving Private Ryan where a guy is getting very slowly stabbed on the floor.
Oh, yeah,
this
yeah.
basically happens, but just upright. And as you say, you're doing it all wrong. You very deliberately, while maintaining eye contact, place the stake right over his heart and just sink it through his vest and into his chest. And you feel his body go limp. The look of just fury does not leave his face, even as his legs go limp and he collapses. And he maintains furious eye contact with you up until the last moment. And then you see his eyes kind of glaze over and he stops breathing. Give me one of them D-gen rolls. Difficulty 8, 3 dice.
Is he? Do I know for sure he's dead?
Let's say the stake so clearly pierces his heart. You see the stake kind of like twitching a little bit because it's in, heart muscles, and you see it stop twitching.
From behind Kurt, you hear Augustin well, the humanity.
Oh no! Oh man! Okay.
I hear this from the surveillance room and go, "Oh my god, really?"
So this is this is how many? 3d8.
3d10, difficulty 8.
I mean, I'll surely get 1, right? I mean, yeah, well, I did get 1, and then I also didn't.
That's
Oh,
cool. You're fine. Well, now your humanity is dropped to the point that you don't need to do these rolls when you kill people, or at least when it's in like not cold-blooded, premeditated kind of situation.
So tell me the difference between Humanity 6 and Humanity 3 in terms of like my physical appearance and like is it like shit really changes for you, does it not?
It's much harder for you to appear like a normal. Do I have a physical description here? Humanity 3. The lives and property of others are irrelevant to a kindred this far gone. The vampire likely indulges twisted pleasures and aberrant whims, which may include any manner of atrocity. Perversion, callous murder, mutilation of victims, and wickedness for its own sake are the hallmarks of a kindred with a very low humanity. Few vampires maintain ratings this low and lower for very long. Their damnation is all but certain at this point. I think that's kind of overplayed because like
that sounds like Augustine.
If the things that you're doing don't get any worse than this, then your humanity could just hover right here. Physical changes show up at this stage. While not hideous in the sense of the Nosferatu or certain gangrel, the vampire acquires a pallid, corpse-like, and noticeably unwholesome aspect. So anyone looking at you, they may not necessarily say like, oh, like that's a corpse or that's a vampire, but they would say like, that's a creepy dude.
Yeah, they are unwell, like Boris Karloff. They are.
He's just looking extra methy. It's fine.
Methy.
So we are now out of combats. I'm going to say, unless if anyone else is rushing Ovacxe. Actually, I'm going to say, I'll say unless if anyone else gives Ovacxe a reason to hurry. Ovacxe has enough time to disable their security system and wipe all of the footage. She did it once before, so why wouldn't she be able to do it again? Augustine.
Like re-image their hard drive. Yeah.
I hate to say that you have a few rounds in which you have animated vines.
They're just there.
Do you do anything with them?
It's rounds of combat, so it's only like what, 18 seconds or something.
Like 6.
You have some time.
Right. Okay. I scratch my back in areas that I previously couldn't reach and were really irritating.
Okay.
This is what we do with our power when there's nobody around to kill.
It's been festering all day. I've had more pressing matters to worry about. Although, with the immediate threat...
Darby searches the bodies.
That's not a bad thought. But yeah, I don't do anything crazy with the vines.
Okay, well, after a few seconds, the vines go limp. They're not animated anymore. Darby searches the bodies and finds all of the same things that are on his own person, including there's a walkie-talkie, there's pepper spray, there's a security badge, and
does Kurt have like an access card or something?
They all have their own like security like swipe cards.
Darby takes Kurt because he seems like the biggest mucky muck, and then otherwise I think just leaves the bodies there and goes back down to the car.
While Ovacxe is working in the security room, I'm going to check with her and see if Ovacxe, like kind of dejected and sighing because my laziness enabling resource of extracting the information from Kurt is gone and eclipsed. I ask Ovacxe if there are any cameras peering into the box, or if that's something if I want the answer to, I have to go extract myself.
I don't mean to distract us with a very minor point, but I don't think Ovacxe ever introduced herself with a different name. I think from the perspective of Augustine and Darby, Excavo's
Yeah,
just
they're
been
still
acting
calling me
weird
Excavo
for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought Darby got corrected like a few games ago. Like they had a run in where she was like, "That's not my name." But
we can say
I could
that
be
happened.
misremembering that.
It's up to Kimber how she wants to play it.
As long as I know who we're talking to, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I definitely address Excavo, and
Whatever.
inquire like, is there a camera in this here fangled box of mystery people?
Just fangled.
You know?
Ovacxe checks
No.
the security feed and sees that there's a camera in the basement parking garage, but just the one camera. It has a view of the weird shed thing built into the corner, but not inside of it.
Yeah. No. Delete.
Augustin sighs and goes and, against his better judgment, knocks on the or goes to the basement to knock on the box and offer them one more chance to declare who's in there.
And Darby also goes downstairs. Maybe shares a. I don't get it. What's the Grinch joke?
Darby's evil now. My heart is shrinking.
It did shrink 2 sizes.
That's what I'm saying.
So shares an elevator ride. Is having succeeded in her goal is
if I'm already done, then I'll leave. Yeah.
All right. So did the 3 of you exchange any words on the elevator ride down to the basement?
I walk by the carnage and I'm just kind of head in hands. This is very typical of Augustine to try to do things so dramatically. Like,
why am I getting blamed for a murder I didn't commit?
So with the vines,
doesn't
I
feel
heard
bad
them
about it at all.
vines slapping around. I just confirmed with everybody that I've deleted everything.
Sometimes in this life, you got to make hard
downloaded.
choices. Tonight, I made some hard ones on our behalf, and I'll continue to make these choices as the situation warrants. Good work.
Right. So, so you get down to the basement. The elevator door is open. You see Augustine making a beeline for this weird shed where there's still like a thump coming in, like something banging from the inside. Darby and Excavo do. What are you doing as Augustine is walking toward this thing?
Are there any full submachine guns that I could swap in for my empty one?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, there is an unconscious but still breathing member of Bravo team on a cot that has a submachine gun right next to him that is fully loaded.
Okay, Darby grabs that and leaves the empty one.
You know they have clips, right?
No, Darby doesn't use this kind of gun, and he's dumb, so he switches the whole gun. This is the third gun that he's used so far. He thinks they're single use.
All right.
It's like,
And Ovacxe.
I'm reloading the one bullet that I shot.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. You can do
And
it. We call it a combat reload. You just switch it from one magazine to the other.
I am also curious about the other guns in the area. I don't want to leave a bunch of fingerprints behind, but that's kind of too late with the surveillance room. So I look around. If there is a gun that I can take that is a bit more powerful than my 9mm, I want to do that.
Mike S. the Ficus never used his submachine gun. It is available for you to grab.
Yeah.
Yes. As you walk up and as you are taking the submachine gun off of him,
Uh-oh.
No.
Uh-oh.
You hear a wheezing, and he makes eye contact with you. And through a mouth full of leaves, he says, "Help! Help!" And you get his gun. You just walk away.
Sucks to suck.
All right, so the two of you are rearming.
I only do that because I probably think I would miss and make things worse. I mean...
Well, as the two of you are rearming, Augustine walks up to this shed thing, and what do you do?
I want to just articulate how just bummed out that he had to come all the way back down here, and he's going against his vow to not give them a second chance. I am bemoaningly just kind of like dragging my feet to this door, and I give it a couple lazy thwomps on the walls.
So you bang on the door,
and I holler in, "I've had a change of heart. There's a lot of evidence in this building. It's about to go up in flames. Are you evidence or do you have names?"
And Darby just walks up to the door and sees if Kurt's key card does anything.
There's a padlock, like a hardware, like a.
I'm just imagining Darby holding up the key card to the padlock and going,
"Why isn't this working?" He tries that for a minute, and then like he gets frustrated and he just like rips it off.
The padlock
just breaks it. Yeah,
you do that. So padlock's gone. It's an unlocked
Here's it,
door.
Darby incredulously.
These guys suck. If they were prisoners, they're probably friendly.
Augustine doesn't hear any verbal response, but after banging on the door, he hears a bang in response that is far louder and far harder and is cracking at the door. You see visibly like it's starting to splinter.
Darby bangs back as hard as he can. It's like, oh, fun!
As hard as Darby can bang is
Yep, you heard me.
Very
through the door.
Yes. Darby hits the door as hard as he can.
Yep.
He thinks they're playing a fun game where they have to see how hard they can hit the door, and Darby wants to play the game by hitting the door. Well, yes, that's correct.
So you essentially punch a like fist-sized hole in the door, and did Darby say anything?
I think he's like mad. He's like, "Well, shit, what does that count? Does that still count? Oh, wait, hang on. Do I have to hit closer to the hinges? Is there like a trick?"
You see movement inside this this little enclosure, and a face comes up to the hole, and it's the face of Leonard O, the hunter, who is a student of Father Francisco Palladian that you briefly.
Oh shit! So you guys, what's up? How long y'all been here?
And he has this weirdly vacant, like, look on his face, like he's not even making eye contact. He just like kind of stuck his head in the hole, and he's kind of looking around. And there's still there's a banging from the inside, and it gets louder and louder, and then the whole door splits apart and opens up, and something steps through the doorway. As it does, it it stoops to duck under the doorframe and under the concrete ceiling beams. I'm going to describe what you see. This thing's skin seems human, but strange and inconsistent. The first things you see are just like flesh coming through, but that flesh, there's something odd and unrecognizable about it. There's multiple skin tones and strange textures, like a recovered burn victim. Stray bits are decorating the flesh in random places. Like it seems like an arm is coming out, but there's like a toenail and like a patch of hair where it shouldn't be. As it comes out, you start to see the structure of this creature. It has a thin torso that rises to meet a wide head with 3 mouths and 6 eyes, appearing as 3 human heads kind of melded together to form a conjoined row of distorted faces that are all now staring at you, agape in expressions of confusion and agony. 2 inhumanly long, looming limbs extend from the shoulders and turn sharply downward at the wrists like this, where hands, I can't do it with my hand, but hands, imagine, as long as its forearms, with palms erupting with dozens of mislocated fingers all turning inward and terminating in a sharp single spike of protruding bone. Underneath these limbs, a bloated abdomen drags along the ground behind it, supported by a row of 4 twitching and uncoordinated legs. As this creature comes out, it resumes its vocalizations that it was doing before. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. All 3 of the heads reciting this prayer, not even in unison, just kind of disjointed, this uncoordinated chorus of prayers as this mantis-like creature abomination comes out. Mantis. Kimber got it. As this praying mantis emerges, looking very much ready to whoop some ass. This, I think, is a good beat to conclude this session on.
I'm glad I turned the cameras off.
Good move.
I'm not going up there again. Oh shit.
Well,
I guess it's a good thing we rearmed. that was not what I expected.
Well, like a praying mantis.
You know,
two notes here. One, by comparison, this makes everything I've done feel pretty okay on the level, because I haven't done that.
Like human centipede, but like hot dog style,
but like sideways, like face together. Like
yeah,
this way. Not this
the
way.
horizontal human centipede.
And 2, that'll teach me to never doubt my initial instinct ever again. If I survive this, I am always going with my first guess. Always from now on.
Yeah,
God damn.
To be clear, it would have been down to how you rolled, but it was originally Augustin solo taunting this thing. If it had broken out and it would have been a this versus Augustin fight, this thing is towering. It's much larger than any of you. It's all spiky, it's muscular, it looks like it's built for combat. It versus Augustin with no backup, likely just would have outright killed Augustin pretty quickly. Just eyeballing it, it looks like that. So yeah,
it doesn't look much better with. Yeah, really should never have come back. I don't know.
It would have just been unleashed on the city, regardless whether we fight it right now or we had left blissfully ignorant that the thing was locked in there So, I mean, this was a problem we were gonna have to deal with. Would have been better to deal with Blake. Would have been better to deal with after we hadn't just been in another big fight. But like, we got to deal with all these problems. They're for us to solve. So,
quick question, just for information's sake. You said we saw Leonard O's vacant face poke through the hole.
Yeah.
Was that one of the three heads on the top?
Yes, Leonard O, Ralph L, and Michelle Angelo are the three faces.
Oh damn!
So they're now a fleshy golem.
Yes,
Ew.
it's immediately clear to you that the three mortal vampire hunters that you met before have now had their bodies rearranged, taken apart, put back together, melded into this praying mantis, which now looks confused and horrified and violent.
So it does look like it wants to attack. It doesn't look like we can.
The vibe you get is like it's a panicked animal that is going to lash out.
So maybe if we're able to just like tie it down.
We'll
see.
The people in the building managed to get it contained somehow. So that's a thing.
There.
Yeah.
Or built it in there.
Created in that box.
Panicked animal. I mean, I have animal kinship, but I'm not exactly the most personable human vampire.
Like I would be leaning on my auspex to just at least understand it and maybe use dominate to try and get it to calm down if it tries to hurt us. Potentially.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, Starship Troopers. Yeah.
It's afraid.
Oh, man.
Deep cut.
So we do have one more before we assuming we survive.
I thought we'd get back home, get into future mode, but no, Storyteller had
stuff.
This one's on me, guys. I'm sorry.
Big flesh goal. No, I mean it's on Darby.
Oh, but again, I guess that makes note 3. You lost the wall punch game, man. What gives? You're the flexor.
Yeah, that's a loss.
I mean, I don't know. I punched a hole in the wall. It was like pretty good.
And they made the wall a hole. I feel like you gotta up the ante, man. You gotta leave a crater.
Just a hole, not a crater. What happened? What happened, Darby? Well, we can start spending experience points. Augustin, you were going to save up 16 points to get your 5th dot of manipulation. You now have 17 points and can buy this.
I would love to have an additional point of manipulation.
You got it. You are among the most successfully manipulative people on the planet, not counting supernatural hocus pocus. You were ranked up there with the absolute industry leader, social engineers, hypnotists, I don't know, pickup artists, who's known as being manipulative. All those people.
Yeah. Lawyers.
I mean,
salesman.
1 point in animal kin and 5 points in manipulation. Maybe I can persuade it to, like...
It doesn't like you, but, maybe.
It's
no one likes you.
3 disciples of Father Palladian, and its vision is distorted and fucked up. Maybe I can convince it that I am Father Palladian, and I can help it.
Ooh. There you go. That's a fun gambit.
Ovacxe. Wait, does Ovacxe have that level of obfuscate? She does. She can appear to be whoever she wants to be.
You just be Father Palladian.
And you say no one likes Augustin, but the local Tremere value him for having the green path, which is exotic, and his not his sire, but like his regent or something, in the very first session, gave him a whole speech about how people like him, apprentices who were low on the pyramid, underlings, may not ever do anything useful or important or worthy of respect, but they're still vitally important to empowering other people who are important to do what they do. They need servants and underlings and like peons to keep the gears turning. So that might count as someone liking Augustine in the role.
That's quite a stretch. That's quite a stretch. That's the best you got?
Augustine's just been shit on by everyone in his clan. Which, outside of his clan, he has every reason to feel like a hotshot. He's super rich. He's an absolute expert at what he does. But just inside of the Tremere, he's just shit on by everybody.
I mean,
also in our party.
My teacher gave me the stick of liking his student. That is all the gratification of being liked I need.
Yeah, your sire, presumably, is still on your side.
Mine hates me.
And you guys tolerate me, so we're good.
That Darby's really coming around.
Well, Darby...
As his humanity gets lower and lower, he thinks Augustine is great.
Relatable. Well, Darby was saving up 15 points for his 4th dot of fortitude, and he has 16 points. So what you're doing?
Oh my god, we did it just in time. I'm buying my 4th dot of fortitude. I'm saving for my 5th dot of fortitude. 19 more points.
What is 4 dots gonna do for you? Like, what's
fucking nothing, man. The 4th and 5th dot are very frustrating to buy. Like, just very crappy marginal gains.
It's just one more die for a soak roll. But
it would be cool to think of some like practical effects of it outside of being 20% more resilient.
Well,
but there are none in the book.
Ovacxe actually has 7 points. I think the last time this was brought up, Kimber, you were thinking of holding on to those points and putting them on Excavo's character sheet, because we're expecting, like, once she goes to sleep and wakes up, she'll presumably be Excavo again, and she'll go back to like her default personality until she takes damage again. But is there anything that you want to do with those 7 points?
Okay, so I kind of want to get my 1st dot in Animalkin. After
for helping to handle squeakums.
That and the ants, I connected with them spiritually.
Oh, sure.
Plus all the time we've spent with our friend the bear. I think.
And you did not kill his mom, so
I did not.
Good on you. Good on you for that.
Yeah. That would be for the first one. What is that? 3, 2.
The 1st dot in a new ability is.
It's 3.
3.
Yeah, it's 3.
Okay. Yeah, I want to do that.
So we're putting that on.
I'm gonna put that on. I'm gonna put that on. I'm gonna put that on Ovacxe's character sheet.
This wacky multiple personalities derangement is making you make some tough decisions.
That would make sense to put on her sheet.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, you still have 4 more points that you could spend.
I don't know what I want to do with them.
Okay. Cool. Well, so with the intention to get in and get out, we started another fight, killed 2 more people in the building, unleashed a monster that, in the next session you will have to fight. Any other feedback about this session?
No, I want to get out of here. This night has gone on forever, endless.
Our prince has just been
on ice.
There.
I'm going to say at this point it is 5:40 a.m., giving you pretty much exactly 1 hour until the sun rises.
Oh man. Okay.
And you're maybe 15, 20 minutes away from Darby Manor, but there's other shelter around.
So really, we have 40 minutes to beat the shit out of this giant abomination.
Or just contain it, potentially.
Ooh, if we do have to resort to combat, though, I do have a conveniently located Mycus the Ficus, right by us, that I could reactivate and hurl at it.
My God. Yes.
Oh, no! He's going to make him fight again? He's still alive in there!
Yeah, but, there's no helping him, but he can help us.
Maybe I should have just shot him.
He could be helped! His last word was help!
Look, have you seen that body? There's no helping him. But, yeah, maybe we're not fucked. We have a plant golem. The flesh golem.
I said, maybe we don't have to, maybe we can just tie it down with some vines and just go away.
No, I think
it solves itself.
I think my first instinct for the next session is going to be to try and manipulate it. But should we have to resort to violence, we have options.
I dominate. I can
should
try
we
and
have to
that.
resort to violence?
Or use Auspex.
It doesn't have to go that way.
It wants to hurt us,
I feel like I demonstrated a remarkable amount of restraint this session. I bound Kurt instead of getting violent, and then I didn't stab him in the spine, and I also didn't put plants in his holes. So
you were trying to vine fuck his bullet wounds.
Just because you didn't roll well doesn't mean you actually had restraint.
Yeah. The intent was there.
Have you ever seen a butterfly in a pin display? I was trying to pin him like a butterfly. That's all I was doing.
Uh-oh.
Does he have one of these? Is he
probably like a pinned down critter?
I do, and it's so the pinned butterfly and the creature that just got revealed. By coincidence, I just want to show this off. I got this as a Christmas present for a friend who's hopefully not watching this stream.
Oh, fucking cool!
Praying mantis. I see what you did there.
It is a little praying mantis.
Wow,
that is extremely cool.
It's a flower mantis in a fancy. You can also see the reflection of my webcam and my.
I see the little wings. That's cool.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I thought it would fit her aesthetic. The person selling these sells them on Etsy and in a huge volume. That makes me wonder where she's getting all of these praying mantids. Anyway.
China.
Are they sourced ethically?
All right, cool. Well, this has been a wild session. Lots of combat, interesting combat.
Very interesting combat.
I was really thinking with 2 people trying to stake Darby, surely one of them would succeed, but no. That's not how that played out.
As soon as I saw they both had stakes, I did get afraid. You did have me oh, fuck. I need to be trying really hard in this combat not to die. And I'm glad that I did.
Where they could have successfully staked you. It was definitely possible in this session, and it just didn't happen.
Darby, because Kurt was such a badass, Darby just thought, assumed he was a vampire. and yet still, because I killed him, even though he was really tall, I still have to be, like, I guess, like an evil Grinch man.
So Kurt seemed especially badass for a mortal, but given that he was actively bleeding from his wounds, that was a big hint that he was not a vampire, and neither was the other guy.
Well, they're definitely not now.
All right. Cool. Well, anything else before we break?
Nah. Till next time. Now we got to try to get another session going, and maybe try to play one more time before Christmas so we can get Blake back in for the new year.
Not a terrible idea.
Maybe.
All right. Talk to you guys in the chat.
Love you guys. Great session.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Peace.